Hey guys, I hope you all doing well. I'm Fireblood, and I think you still remember the PC that I got at my background in each of my video, right? Well, now it's gone, and not just because I got the new MacBook Pro, which is one of my reasons, but it is actually and definitely can replace my PC tower. So what you're looking at is the new MacBook Pro 16-inch with the M1 Pro, 16 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of SSD. Yes, this video is finally out. I'm quite excited. And here are some thoughts after using it for a couple weeks about this Pro tool right here. We already know what the outside looks like. It is an absolutely beautiful device, both of them, no doubt about that. Before I get my hand on it, I thought it's gonna look chunky, and my first impression was like, I don't really think I'm gonna like it that much until I get my hand on it. And don't get me wrong right there, it still look really thick and chunky, but in the right way and really simple. We get an HDMI 2.0 SD card slot, which I love the most because all of my videos are shot on an SD card because I don't have a red weapon camera or Alexa yet. So yes, SD card is for video, not for audio. MagSafe is back, really great to have it. But the thing is that I already used to have it from my MacBook 2014, so I don't really feel excited about it that much. And last but not least, 3 USB-C and not a single USB-A. How convenient is that? Battery life is amazing. On paper, we have a 100 watt-hours lithium polymer battery that will last you up to 21 hours while watching Apple TV's movie app and up to 14 hours on wireless website. Pretty crazy, right? So in my daily life, I take it to work with me every day, and I'm working on it as my main power host, starting from 8 AM to 5 PM. And the battery life, it depends on what I'm working on. If all I do is browsing around, open up like 10 plus tabs of Chrome and a few more tabs on Safari and Firefox, do some report, socialize, music playing in the background, and my screen brightness is around 50% to 60% all the time. This kind of workload will consume my power around like 50% of my full battery, but sometimes I do more things than that. I edit some videos and photos, maybe a little graphic design for around like 2 to 3 hours, and my battery will flow from 100% to around 20% real fast, just like a water flow. But at least at the end of the day, I still have some juice left when it's time for me to get out of work. But overall, it is a great battery. I really love it. I don't think that we can go wrong with it at all. Right out of the box, you do get the 140 watt charger that will fill your battery to a full charge in an hour or less than that. This is pretty amazing. If I ever need to travel, this charger will definitely help me along the way. But you can also charge your MacBook with just a small brick, like your phone charger. How cool is that? It is smaller and lightweight. I only bring my phone charger to charge my MacBook when I go to work, and it's been so convenient for me. Oh, by the way, I saw a couple videos saying that if you shut your laptop down completely and you charge it, it will loop the light and it's not charge your MacBook at all. From the day I got it, there hasn't been any problem like that at all. It's pretty fine. Maybe the light will turn on and then off, and then it will stay on and charge my MacBook till it's full, but overall there is no problem like that. I'm not really sure if it has to do with a software update, but you should be fine and don't have to worry if the MacBook that you're gonna buy is a defective laptop. The display of this laptop is gorgeous. whatever you do, you're gonna love it. It can get really bright and saturated. I usually use it between 50% to 70% of its full brightness, and even I watch movie completely in the dark, I don't really notice any blooming at all. Maybe you will if you really want to see it, but in my case, I don't really notice anything at all. So if you use it like it should be, I think it's gonna be fine. And because of their Pro phone lineup has a 120Hz refresh rate, now it's included in the MacBook Pro too, both 14-inch and 16-inch. My experience of using it for this last few weeks is great. It's smooth and very smart throughout each app. It works so well, I really love it. We do have HDR supported on this screen, but I almost forget about it because I don't really use it that much. Maybe I use it sometime for testing out the new HDR display on this MacBook Pro, but that's about it. I expect it to be a future-proof for later to enjoy content on YouTube. Maybe also work on HDR myself, because I think most of YouTubers are moving into it already, such as LTT and MKBHD, which I heard from their own videos. Last but not least on the display is the noise, of course. Each time Apple make a move, there will be some people who are overreacting to it, which is normal. The noise is there now, and eventually you're gonna forget that it's there. The only problem I have with it would be the Face ID. And that's about it. It's not bothering me at all. Where I work is here, not up here, so why can't I spare this little space for a little better quality webcam? But let's be honest, I don't really care if I have a webcam at all because I don't really use it. But maybe if I have to work from home, I really do need a webcam to like communicate with my coworker and things like that. But that's about it. It's a 1080p camera, not the best, it's just a little bit better in my opinion. So let's move on to the keyboard. The removal of the touch bar is pretty fine by me. I never get to use it at all, so I don't really have anything to say about it. But there are some changes to the function key, which I don't really happy about. Instead of a backlight adjustment keys, you get a spotlight search, a microphone key that can be used for Siri, and a do not disturb key. If that's not enough, they even turn off your keyboard backlight when you start your MacBook from a complete shutdown. So maybe there's an option to turn it on back, but I cannot find it anywhere at all. It's not like the old MacBook. At least it's still lit up a little bit, even though you cannot control it, but it's up there. And I really hate this small arrow. I mispress it. I cannot press it properly at all. Overall, it's pretty good. The mechanism of this keyboard is pretty great, like a scissor switch, I think, but it really feels great. It's like half butterfly keyboard and half scissor keyboard, so I really love it. Below the keyboard, you will find a trackpad. It is massive. It's really hard to not notice that it's here because of this big trackpad that is bigger than my phone. You probably can tell that it's a MacBook. I can say that the MacBook trackpad is the best, but it's not just the build quality of it. The software needs to evolve a lot to really make it the best of the best. The speakers sound fantastic. It is the best of its own class. It seems like Apple has always been in the lead from the start. Even my old MacBook Pro speaker still sound pretty good to this day. I will put a test between this MacBook speaker with my Boss Color SoundLink just for fun, and I'll let you guys tell me in the comment section below which one is better.
I'm sick of daydreaming, I just want the feeling of you in my bed. I'm down to just waste time right below your waistline. Want you by my head. I'm done with all this FaceTime, need some alone time, baby. You're always running in my mind. I'm sick of daydreaming, I just want the feeling of
Now it's down to the performance of this new MacBook Pro 10-core CPU, 16-core GPU with 16 gigs of RAM and a half terabyte of SSD. So what I usually do, I pretty much said all about it already. I gotta say, it's just fine with everything I throw at it. It's just so amazing that it makes me feel like, did I throw enough workload to it? I mean, 4K video editing, chopping like nothing at all. Open a lot of tabs, exporting photo, exporting video at the same time. It's just completely fine. And the fan don't really spin at all. It's cold to the touch. Wherever I work, I feel comfortable to do so because of this convenience, this efficiency of this new chip. It just blows my mind away. But there are some lacking when I'm using AI or Photoshop, when zoom in and out with my photo or maybe my graphic in AI. For me, it's really not a big deal at all. I consider it as a third-party software that is not really supported the new silicon chip from Apple, but at least it's run quite well and efficient. So now it's come to a conclusion. Is it worth my money spending on it? Yes, it is. I can work pretty much everywhere with it. The performance of it is like a tower, PC tower, so I don't really regret to switch. So it is so efficient that I don't really care about the heat at all, especially when I want to watch a movie on my bed and not to worry about its airflow and battery life. It's just like an iPad, but at the end of the day, it will be different for us. Maybe you need fewer power to really work on your project or your workflow. This is just what I need right now. I don't need to like plug it in all the time to have the same performance and things like that. It just MacBook things that you cannot get with the Windows laptop. And I hope that later Windows also do the same thing. I'm not sure if a couple years later they will make a chip that can withstand much workload like this in a low watts using. You get what I mean, right? So it's up to you guys to choose which is for you guys. Pure power Windows laptop that you need to plug in all the time to get like 100% power of the power. And this one, you don't need to really plug it in. It's run really cold, efficient, but with less power than Windows, but you get less headache. Pretty much everything is great in here. It just works right out of the box. So that's pretty much it about this laptop. So please tell me in the comment section below what kind of laptop that you plan gonna buy, or maybe what's in your mind right now. You can tell me in the comment section below, and I'm glad to see what you say. So that's about it, guys. Thank you for watching again. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and this is just my opinion about this new MacBook. It will be different with other workload, but for me it is great. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Fireblood, and I will catch you guys in the next video.